you can use AI agent like ChatGPT or Code help you do the Apple shopping or do other shopping stuff. But today I'm going to demo a developer product which we haven't released yet. We target to release it later this month. So I think like as an engineer has been in Silicon Valley the last 15 years, I think the most exciting thing for me is that nowadays we can actually release intelligence for day-to-day consumer and help them to do intelligent decision, help them to do research, help them to do test console. We basically democratize intelligence. But today, I didn't see console the consumer product currently from developer actually embedded AI agent into it. I think the reason is because of cost. Think about the long-term value for Facebook. It's probably long-term value for a user is probably $200. But if you expose like a ChatGPT 505 agent to your consumer, it may easily burn through all the credits easily. Like probably one user can spend you like $1,000 or more. So I think the reason the gap between a developer or one person company to serve intelligence to a user is that first that you don't really want to have a monthly bill shock. In this case, you need to spend visibility. Second is that you need to have cost control. You want to understand how much cost per app user spending to make sure each app user, you don't actually spend more than what you charge in this case. You don't want to have your user, make you bankrupt. Surprisingly has almost like 30K month bill just for myself use the popular ChatGPT. That's actually crazy, but it's not real. If you're talking with the popular AI researcher, AI builder, it's not a surprise. Everyone's bill jump from $0 to 30K per month. Because you're building something or research something. And then third part that you want to make sure you have governance. So for example, you may want to have a kill switch for providers. And then if your particular app user or particular IP hits this limitation, you want to downgrade them to a cheaper model or completely block them because you're trying to get free credits for AI agent from you in this case. The last part is that we want to make sure attribution. You want to exactly understand per app user or per whatever tag you define where you spend money. So that's why this is a developer product with Kite release, going to release this month. And then if you're interested, please find me later for preview. So we may release a plugin in Cloud Code. So when you build this app or agent or workflow, it's just like any chat completion workflow. But underlying, we have a control plan. So you can attribute and monitoring and then control a governance per app usage. And then so basically say, hey, if per app user, this user already spent $20 per month, and then I either charge him more, like maybe 100% mark of $40, or actually I need to stop him to get free credits from me. How does that work? Like this is actually a Polybet AI agent, and web coded. So what it do is that now this is actually how it looks like locally. So you look at all the poly market bet and have an agent shopping for you 24/7. For example, you may have an agent, I want to buy Argentina match. If it's the win rate drop, you go 50%, something like that. So you can actually have agent do the work for you. Now the first step is that you can actually deploy it through Kite. So, sorry, not this one. So you can actually deploy it through Kite. For example, first is that you install Kite, and then second is that you can deploy with Kite. So here is that deploy with Kite in this case, and then basically it will deploy for you. And also look at the dependent service. For example, you may use Tablet, you may use OpenAI, you may use Recent in this case. So you basically break down all the dependent service here. And then we will send you a governance page. So basically here, we classify two things. First is that what are API services you use through this app or this agent. Second is that what's the per spending gap you want to have for this agent, and then how do you want to handle if it expires in this case. So you can prove it. You basically deposit $50 here to make sure this agent is running, and then to help your customers serve your services here. So once you have this, once you have deployed, and then you can go to the app. For example, this is a Polybet I just deployed earlier. So you have very detailed breakdown of the spending, like where you spend, how much you spend for cloud code. You have very detailed breakdown, how much user users are using you, like how much users are using you. And you can charge pricing based on your spending in this case as well. You can say, hey, this user cost me $100, I want to charge 100% in markup, so make sure I don't lose money in this case. So from when the company and developer, it's very simple. You just use Cloud to maintain everything, but also make sure you understand how much user costs you and you can charge the user accordingly. So here is a demo. Yeah. So this is a demo, and if you are very interested in this project, either ping us on Twitter or follow us, or just let me afterwards. Thank you.